Hello, my name is Chris, and today I would like to talk to those of you who are quitting smoking and remind you to please, while you are going through the process of quitting smoking, to be kind to yourself, to practice self-care, more importantly to practice self-love. While you are going through this process, treat yourself how you might treat a young child or somebody that you really care about. You see that if you saw them struggling to go through the process the way that you are struggling, you might want to reach out, give them a hug, give them whatever they need to just feel a little bit better. I want to encourage you to do that for yourself, because for so many of us we don't do that. I made a video a while ago about comparing my experiences of quitting smoking with my experiences of getting sober. I'll put the links in the cards and down in the description below if you want to check that out. But one of the things that I was talking about that really kind of gets me every time I think about it is that when we smoke, we are addicted to nicotine. We have an addiction in the same way, that someone who is alcohol or drug dependent has an addiction to their drug of choice. And yet, as alcoholics, we get time to recover. They even call it recovery. Addicts get time to recover, to heal. They can take time out and do what they need to do. Yet when we are quitting smoking, there is no sense of recovery. You hear of recovering addicts, you hear of recovering alcoholics, you never hear of recovering ex-smokers. There is this sense that when we quit smoking, we just have to get up and get on with our day-to-day lives as if everything is normal. When deep down we know that everything is not normal. We are going through this big, huge transitional process from being smokers into non-smokers. Our bodies are working like crazy to clear out all the gunk, all the damage, all the poison that we put into them. Our bodies are working like crazy to heal all that. To heal us so that we can become healthy, normal non-smokers. And it takes a big physical toll on us. More than that, it can take a big mental toll on us as well. So when we are going through this process, it is so important to give ourselves a hug and to be kind to ourselves. Now, when it comes to being kind to ourselves, I think there are two equally important parts to that. One is to be kind to ourselves physically. Remember, the body is undergoing this huge transformation of cleaning and healing and repairing. It needs a lot of energy and a lot of our physical resources to do that. So anything that we can do to make it easier on our bodies to clean and heal and repair without kicking our asses and making us, go through the worst of the withdrawals is going to be good for us. There's also the important side of being kind to ourselves in the language that we use to talk to ourselves. It's easy when we're going through this process and it's getting tough to say, I can't do it, I'm not strong enough, I'm too weak to quit smoking, I'll never do it, I'm not good enough. Oh my goodness. If there was someone in our lives, a partner, a child, a best friend, somebody that we loved, who was having a hard time quitting smoking, we would not dream, or at least I wouldn't dream, and you're a nice person, right? You wouldn't dream this either, of saying to them, you're crap and you can't do this because you're weak, or this is too hard for you, so you might as well give up. Heck no. You'd be kind and you'd be gentle and you'd be loving. And you'd say, look, I know that this is tough, but it is going to be worth it. And when you reach the other side of this, all kinds of magical, beautiful things are going to happen to you. You are going to be healthier, happier. Heck, you're going to be wealthier because you haven't spent all that money on cigarettes. It's easy to try and, when we're going through the worst of the quit smoking process, to just try and keep fighting and pushing. And then when we, the more we push, the harder it gets because it is exhausting. Our bodies are already tired from having to clean out all the gunk and repair all the damage. And we're pushing and pushing and pushing to just keep going at full tilt. It burns us out. And we end up, our energies take a dip. And when our energies take a dip, our minds can take a dip as well. And the kind of language that we use to talk to ourselves takes a huge dip. I'm out here today. I'm in the middle of my own mental health break, self-care break, whatever you want to call it, because I've noticed that my energies have just taken a massive nosedive this week. So rather than trying to keep pushing and going at full bore, I know that if I try to do that, I will end up, wallowing in my depression, my anxiety levels rise, so I know that I need to take a step back and be kind to myself. In fact, I had that very thing this morning, which is why I'm so grateful that I could come outside, because the sun is shining and the sky is blue and I get to come and hang out here with all of you. The sky is blue and I'm out here with all of you. Hey, we wrote a poem. But yeah, I've been having this just taking time out for my mental health this week. When I woke up this morning, my energy was so low, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually even. And I wasn't in a good place. I couldn't concentrate. I was distracted. I kept trying to get into my normal routine. I kept trying to get into the things that I wanted to do, and I just couldn't do them. So I thought, you know what, it's time for me to be kind to myself. So rather than telling myself, God, Chris, you're crap because you're having a hard time. God, Chris, you're weak because you're having a hard time. I just change the language and say, okay, Chris, you're tired, your energy levels are low. Let's do nice things today. Let's do things that are genuinely going to be kind and give your body the best chance of getting the energy it needs to bounce back. Just like when I was quitting smoking, I had to do the things that were kind to me to give my body the energy that it needed to get through that process. So for me, one of the best self-care things that I always can do for myself is to go and get washed and cleaned and scrubbed up real nice. Never underestimate the healing power of a good hot shower. Hey, we're making poems all over the place today. When I decided this morning, okay, I need to stop and come outside and talk to my YouTube friends, went into the bathroom, I had a good hot shower, washed my hair, I had a shave, I cut my fingernails and my toenails, I just completely de-scrubbed. And I'm washing away any sense of negative self-talk. I'm washing away any sense of God, Chris, you're crap. I'm washing away and I'm starting again. I am fresh, I am new. Then, like I say, I'm so grateful that it's a nice day today. It feels like a very long time since I was able to come outside in the sunshine and talk to you. We've been stuck inside all winter. Now, I was going to make a video on a Thursday anyway, because like I always do every week, but I thought today I get to go outside. So I've embraced this, fully embraced this today. Put my headphones on, I listen to some music. I listen to my favourite happy songs, my favourite songs that make me feel good. I didn't bring my bike today because I wanted to fully embrace the experience of being outside, so I took a nice gentle walk. The natural sunlight is going to do me so much good. There are so many benefits to getting outside in the sun, not just mentally and emotionally, but physically. There are so many benefits to getting outside in the sun. The same with the fresh air. These are all things that are good for my body, not just in the here and now, but in the long term. This is going to do me so much good. It's going to do me so much better than some of the other things that I can trick myself into believing are being kind. Like I can say, okay, I'm having a crappy day, so do you know what? I'm going to change the way that I feel by eating lots and lots of chocolate. Which is not being kind to myself, which is not self-care. That for me is just another form of self-destructive behaviour, like smoking used to be. Because I eat all the chocolate and I might get that brief little dopamine hit, like, ooh, that's good. But then I also get the sugar high and the crashing low, which brings my energy even further down. Remember, when we are quitting smoking, we need all the energy we can get to heal and recover. So, bringing our energy down way, way low is not going to do us any favours, especially because when our energies are low, again, like I said, our mood can go low too. So for me, now that I'm clean and I'm happy, I'm out getting some fresh air and sunshine and got some music in my ears, my next task, after I've finished talking to you, I'm going to keep on walking. There's a supermarket about half a mile that way. I'm going to buy some fresh fruit, some fresh vegetables, take home, give myself a nice good meal. And my body will thank me for that. And if you are quitting smoking, your body will thank you for that too. Because all those lovely fresh fruit and vegetables give our bodies the nutrients and all the good stuff that it needs to help with the healing and repairing process. I'm not saying don't ever eat junk food ever again. I'm not saying you can't ever eat pizza again. Oh my goodness, I love a good pizza every now and again. But it's every now and again, and it's in moderation. And it's because, if I eat like a pizza today, if I eat junk food ever, it's small, it's in moderation, and it's, I savor that moment. It's a treat, it's something nice. It's not to just change the way that I feel. It's not to numb the pain, or it's not to, I'm feeling crappy, so I'm going to get this quick fix. Because that's just addictive behaviour. That's the same kind of behaviour that I did when I smoked. I needed a quick fix, so I used to get it from cigarettes. Now I'll get it from chocolate or alcohol or looking at porn or whatever it might be. I've shared with you some of the things that I do to take care of myself. You more than likely have your own. Like some other things that I enjoy are just, reading a book. I enjoy painting. I'm not very good at painting, but I do enjoy it. I find it very relaxing. The same with playing my guitar. You'll never see me like on stage rocking out like Steve Vai or someone, but you will find me at home just playing the same 3 chords because I find it very relaxing. It soothes me mentally and emotionally, and I feel good for doing it. You might have your own things like doing exercise, or my mind keeps wanting to say playing golf, whatever it is that you do that makes you genuinely feel good and is beneficial for you long term. Go out and do that. And if you don't know, like if this is your first time coming into oh my goodness, now I've got to be kind to myself, and I've never been kind to myself before, now you have a great opportunity to explore different things and see what works for you and see what does help you get through this process. Hope something I've said today has been helpful or comforting or reassuring in some way. To be honest, I had an entirely different video in mind when I set off this morning, but just when I turned the camera on, I felt like these are the things that I meant to tell you today. So I did. So this might not have been the most spectacular presentation in the world, but this is all just honest stuff coming from me, from where I'm at, and from what I want to tell you, that to try and make your journey a little bit easier, which is all I ever want to do. The reason I come here every week is because I would love it if you had an easier time than I did going through what you are going through. If you are quitting smoking at the minute, I would love for you to come and join us on the Finding Freedom Facebook group. That group is growing every single day with so many wonderful people who are supporting each other, who are holding each other's hands and getting through the process together. I am so very proud to be part of this group and to see so many people recovering from being a smoker. There you go. Like I said at the beginning, we don't say that, but it is exactly what we are doing. We are recovering from our addiction to nicotine, and we are growing into healthy, happy, normal non-smokers. I would love for you to come and join us. Facebook.com/group/findingfreedom1. That is the first time I've ever nailed that address first time. The link is also down in the description below. Speaking of Facebook, if you do want to reach out to me, I've said this before, Facebook Messenger is not the best place to get hold of me. Especially if we aren't already connected. Sometimes messages go in this weird little folder and I don't see them for weeks on end. And I don't check Messenger that often, so I might miss you. If you have a message for me or a question, or you just want to reach out, the best way to do that is to either leave a comment down below or to go to chrisscoyles.com/contact and send me an email, and I will get back to you. For bonus videos and additional content, I've just uploaded a whole bunch of new stuff to Patreon, which is patreon.com/chrisscoyles. I had to think of my own name then. For other ways to support this channel, you can go to chrisscoyles.com/support. That is all the kind of shilling that I want to do. So I would just say thank you so much for sticking with me today. Thank you so much for your endless support and all your kind words. Do let me know in the comments below how you are getting on with your smoke-free journey and what steps you are taking to be kind and loving to yourself as you go through the process. Thanks very much. I'll see you next time. Bye.